From MTN News, this is Montana This Morning.
The dean and associate dean at the University of Montana Law School resign. More coming up.
Gallatin Valley Land Trust hopes you will join them in their mission to protect Pete's final peace. I'm Holly Brantley. I'll explain coming up.
Well, happy Friday, Southwest Montana. It is 6:30. Chet Lehman, Matt Elwell with you here, working our way through this work week. And been an interesting change of weather just as the days have unfolded, and it's not going to improve any as we start next week.
We kind of hit cruise control there for a little bit,
we did.
And here we are. We're kind of getting into the bumps. Temperatures into the 30s this morning in Butte and Belgrade. Not a bad start to the morning. The temperature's really not all that cold. There are some snow showers, and they absorbed Beartooth this morning. We've had some showers reported early on. Now we're dealing with fog and cool temperatures, the potential for rain really picking up into the afternoon and evening, and the chances really sticking around through the weekend. I don't think it's going to be an overbearing potential. We're talking quarter to half inch of rain for some areas. Most of us seeing lighter amounts with highs into the 50s for the weekend. It's next week we got to watch. I'll talk more about that, of course, in a little bit.
All right, thank you, Matt. 6:31 now. Top story this half hour. Following allegations of sexual assault in the University of Montana Law School, the dean stepping down. This comes after a protest on campus earlier this week. MTN's Katie Miller explains what happens next.
Earlier this week, law students at the University of Montana took to protesting their administration, saying the dean deterred students from reporting sexual assault. Now, he has stepped down, but the university still says he didn't do anything wrong.
The University of Montana Title IX office has investigated a lot of claims about students and faculty in this law school. Dean Curtis was not found to have violated any university policy.
University of Montana spokesman Dave Kuntz says Alexander Blewett III School of Law Dean Paul Kurgis submitted his resignation Wednesday night.
I think everybody over at the law school is eager to turn the page.
Earlier this year, the Daily Montanan reported that Kurgis, along with Associate Dean Sally Weaver, discouraged students from reporting sexual misconduct to the Title IX office. Kuntz says Weaver will also step down.
That timeline hasn't been determined yet, but she'll move on from her role as well.
Kuntz says while this has been disruptive to the school, UM is looking ahead.
And despite everything that's happened this week, we're really eager to make sure that students are served, and that's through our student services. That's with making sure that faculty have the certainty and the resources they need. And so while this week was disruptive over at the law school, we think that this decision will help us work collaboratively to find that leader going forward who can really lead the law school into this new chapter.
Kurgis will return to the classroom.
We respect Dean Curtis's decision and his service of nearly a decade to this university. And right now we're going to shift our focus to finding a strong leader who can come in, work with the students, work with the faculty, work with the staff over at the law school to turn the page.
Kuntz says the university will launch a nationwide search for a new dean as soon as possible. But in the meantime, acting provost Reed Humphrey will take over leadership. In Missoula, Katie Miller, MTN News.
Closer to home now at 6:33, a portion of a popular outdoor spot in Bozeman is up for sale, and the Gallatin Valley Land Trust first in line to buy it. Holly Brantley has the details.
It's a place where people come to hike, spend time with their families, bond with their dogs. Well, 42 acres is protected land, but another 12 acres over here is up for sale. I talked to Gallatin Valley Land Trust about their hoping to buy it and why people here love this legendary spot.
It's such a gorgeous view of the whole valley, and I don't know, it just makes my heart sing to come up here.
Colette Brooks Hops and her dog Izzy love spending time on Pete's Hill.
And this is like being in the wild area. So close to the urban, but here you are.
She wants to see this special spot preserved for the community to enjoy. That's why she plans to donate to the Gallatin Valley Land Trust campaign to protect Pete's final peace.
And the open spaces are what make this place so important. And especially this, if they're going to have houses down there, it's going to ruin that whole spiritual outlook of our place where we live. I mean, this is the Valley of Flowers. It's not the Valley of condos.
The first 42 acres, what we know as Pete's Hill, were the project that made our organization. Coming back for us now, 30 years later, in some ways we're coming back to our roots, in some ways we're setting the stage for so much more that we plan to do.
Chet Work of the Gallatin Valley Land Trust explains conservation of Peets Hill was the project that formed the land trust. That took place in 1990, so the majority of the hill that overlooks Bozeman is protected, 42 acres. Another 12 acres is for sale.
The land trust, somewhat fortunately and somewhat skillfully, has negotiated a purchase and sale agreement to buy those 12 acres by January of this year. And in partnership with the city, we're trying to raise the necessary funds to buy it and put in some new trails and to carry that project forward. The Land Trust is really close to completing the campaign to raise our portion of those funds, our half of the necessary funds. The city is working diligently to come up with the other half.
It's a project with a $1.6 million price tag, one the people of Bozeman have helped chip away at.
We've received contributions of upwards of $100,000, and we've received some kids who brought their lemonade sale contributions and their allowance.
Chet says they are close to their goal, but still have thousands to go to meet the agreement with the private landowner.
Trails, and this trail in particular, seem to resonate more. We've had more first-time gifts for this project than any other project we've ever seen. People who've never given to our work before but love Peets Hill. The stories that we've heard of their dogs, some in heaven loving this place, of this being the site of a first date, of an engagement, of a wedding, of a memorial service. We started saying that this was Central Park for Bozeman. If you look at what this has meant to people during COVID, to the hospital workers who come out here every day to find some solace, it's a pretty important place.
Gallatin Valley Land Trust has until the middle of January to raise the funds. To find out more, go to our website. In Bozeman, Holly Brantley, MTN News.
Now, Holly tells us the Candida Fund will also match all donations up to $5,000, up to $50,000 total. That means Gallatin Valley Land Trust needs just $50,000 from the public to reach the goal. Close but not there yet. You can go to our website for more information. Also go to gvlt.org to donate. So far, we've not been able to get in touch with that private landowner who is selling that final piece of Peets Hill. Other news this morning, wages are going up at Bozeman Health. Minimum will increase to $17 an hour. In a press release yesterday afternoon, the announcement that leaders and the board of directors approved a $25 million investment in employees over the next 5 years. Workers will see the new minimum wage in their November 12th paycheck. About 800 employees will be affected. There are 1,500 employees who will get a bump up in pay with a change in compensation policy. Bozeman Health says it was to extend gratitude and share investment in recognition of the commitment and dedication, especially during the pandemic. Bozeman Health is a nonprofit organization. Staying in that neighborhood, we wanted to show you a great view of the Hug a Hospital event at Bozeman Health from Wednesday evening. Here's some drone view of people who gathered together with outstretched hands to symbolically hug the building. Real message, hug the frontline workers who have worked long hours and days in a row to help people recover. Annie Johnson covered that story. She says the turnout was great. Rain even held off. People showed love and appreciation for all who had been a part of fighting that pandemic. Deal has been reached to prevent a default on America's debt October 18th. For weeks, it's unclear how a controversy in Congress could end. A controversy that threatened everything from your Social Security check to your 401k. But as our Joe St. George reports, the deal doesn't solve the problem long term. In fact, Congress will likely have to debate the exact same issue again in just a few weeks. All right, obviously we don't have that story here, so we're going to just continue to move on. Time for a quick break, 6:39. When we come back, the Navy isn't saying much, but a U.S. sub damaged in the South China Sea. What the Defense Department is acknowledging coming up. But first, here's a look at what's happening at 7 o'clock on CBS This Morning.
Good morning. Ahead on CBS Mornings, President Biden is pushing vaccine mandates while the Delta surge is slowing. Dr. Ashish Shah will join us at the table to talk about whether those mandates will actually make a difference. Also, Iceland's glaciers are melting faster than ever before. We'll take you there to show you the impact of climate change. And we'll introduce you to the voice coach getting some of music's biggest names ready to tour again after their performances were sidelined by the pandemic. All that and more at 7.